Hi guys, this is Bloody Wheels. Today we are here with one of my favorite firearms, and that is the Heritage Rough Rider in .22 long rifle. Just thought I would do a different video. I know the past videos I've done are more product related, and I know a lot of my subscribers expect and anticipate product related videos. But sometimes I like to change it up and do just a little video showcasing some of my firearms and the ones I like, ones I don't like, kind of review them. Do it in my own way, and I know there's plenty of videos on YouTube reviewing this firearm, but I thought I'd give some pros and negatives in my opinion, on this firearm. I purchased this one from a local dealer here, and I had a few options at the time, being the hand grip options, and one was, I forget what it looked like, but the second one was like snake skin or alligator skin, and the third option was this American flag weathered version. So you got to be patriotic, right? So I had to pick up the American flag version. Really happy with it. The only negative I see about the grips is just in my personal opinion, because I get really sweaty hands. This gets really slick after a few shots with this thing. So in fact, when I decided to purchase this, my main objective, the main reason I purchased this, was to design and print grips to replace the factory grips on these pistols here. And I've tried recently. It's a pretty difficult design and print, and then the quote-unquote pandemic happened, so I've kind of gotten real busy with sales, and time is pretty scarce here lately, so I never did complete or finish up that design and print. Maybe if I can free up some time in the future, I will do that. But yeah, I purchased that to make grips for, so you can get some color options. And if I can do the textured version, that'll give me a little more grip. And I know some of you guys would appreciate that too. And you could probably use sticky tape on this, or maybe there's some grips already out there that are kind of grippy. I don't know, I haven't looked that far into it. I just thought it would be a good option for me to start offering colored grips and textured grips for this. But once again, I never got around to that. Before we go any further with this firearm, let's go ahead and safety check this thing for the keyboard warriors. This is a 6-shooter, so we're going to go ahead and make sure all chambers are clear. Good to go. So yeah, this is one of my favorite firearms to fire. Not just because it's cheap. .22 LR is dirt cheap to fire. You can probably get .22 long rifle about 2 cents a round if you buy it in bulk. But this thing I have found to be super fun, deadly accurate, and the last time I went to the indoor firing range, it was, well, the negative part about this gun, this gun range was really dark. The atmosphere was super dark in there. So the natural black sights here, it was really hard to see the paper I was shooting at. And I think 7 to 10 yards is where I was shooting. But even then, I was pretty accurate with this firearm. But as soon as I came home, I went ahead and painted the rear sight white, and the front I think is called turn signal amber, just some old model car paint that I had laying around. So white and orange, and I have not shot it yet since I painted that, so I'm kind of excited to see what it's going to do in a darker environment with a little brighter sights there. The first time I picked up this firearm, it's got a lot of weight to it. I expected a little lighter, cheaper toy feeling, but it's got some weight to it. In fact, I felt like Rick Grimes on The Walking Dead, if you've ever seen that, man. I felt like a cowboy. So I was just having, like a kid, man, I was having a really good time with this firearm. And the price I paid for this thing, I think you could pick these up for around $115 to $150, somewhere around that neighborhood. I don't remember exactly what I paid from the local dealer. But I think it's worth every penny, especially if you've got children, you want to teach them gun safety and you want them to get involved in the firearm world. I think this would be a good addition to your arsenal. In fact, when my kids get a little older, I think I'm going to do the same. I'm going to have them shoot this firearm, if they can get it out of my hands, because man, well, like I'm telling you, I had a really good time shooting it. Plus, like I said, .22 LR ammo is so cheap, you don't have to worry about emptying your pockets too much, as opposed to some other calibers out there. But I think it's well worth the price that you pay for these things. And after I purchased this, I think Ruger came out with their own version of this 6-shooter called the Ruger Wrangler. And it seems to be around $199 or maybe more now. I don't know, I haven't looked into it. but you know, I may end up one of those in my hand one day. I think, I mean, $200 to me isn't a bad price for a firearm that you're going to have a good time with. So like I said, I purchased this firearm to make the grips for. Not happening right now, but I wasn't too sad about it because I did have a good time shooting this thing. I didn't get the optional 22 mag cylinder for this firearm. I think I'm going to here soon. Maybe try to find one. I think they sell for around 50 bucks. If you know of anyone cheaper has got those cylinders, let me know in the comments below. I'd like to check it out, maybe purchase this one. And in case some of you don't know the difference, I mean, there's your standard 22 LR bullet there, and there's your 22 mag. So yeah, I'm super excited about shooting that 22 mag through this thing as soon as I can find one. And the cylinder's pretty simple to exchange out. You just bring your hammer back here and push this plunger in and pull your, let's see if I can do it on camera here. Pull this pin out. Oh, there we go. And that cylinder just pops right out. So you pop your 22 LR cylinder out, put your 22 mag cylinder in, and go to town. And once again, I'm super excited about trying to find one of those to fire 22 mag out of this firearm. But yeah, once again, well, let me go ahead and put the cylinder back in. I know I repeat myself a lot, guys. I'm not the best on-camera person, especially when I'm trying to fiddle with these things, and the video at the same time is pretty difficult. There we go. And there's your safety there. There's plenty of reviews on YouTube, once again, that people have done on this firearm. These things are well widely known. So if you want a more in-depth on the measurements of the barrel, how the safety works, the internals, all that stuff, yeah, I would go check out one of those videos because I don't really get into all that stuff. There's plenty of information out there to go see. I just want to give my opinions on it. You know, I don't have too many negatives about this firearm. And I've read a lot of people saying, well, it's cheap, it breaks, it does this and that. I don't have that many rounds through it to really say it's not going to last. I think I put 150 to 200 rounds through it last time. I don't remember exactly, but I mean, it functioned just fine. I've never had one hiccup out of it. I think it's a fine firearm so far. Now, if the more I shoot it and maybe something breaks or this and that, I'll come back and kind of give an update on that. But for now, I mean, this thing is top notch, especially for the price. I may have paid up for this thing. I may have paid $1.50 or $1.40 for this thing, especially with the grips. Sometimes I didn't want to travel a little further to get a better deal, so I went to my local guy. So, but anyway, I mean, that was worth every penny I paid for it. And last time I went to the range, I took 3, 4, 5 pistols with me. And this I just had a blast with. I mean, I shot my G2C and my Glock 26, a few others I can't remember, but I had the most fun out of all the semi-automatics. I had the most fun with this thing over all the semi-automatics that I brought. I just had a blast with it. And if you guys have this firearm, let me know how much you love it in the comments below there. I'd like to see and hear from you to see if you've had any negatives about this firearm, if one is broke. I mean, I don't know. I'd like to hear more about these things. I know a bunch of you have them. I'm certainly impressed with it, and I'd like to have at least one more or maybe a couple more, and I would like to try the Ruger Wrangler also. But yeah, once again, if you'd like to see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit that like button. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.